Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but today I'm really excited to make a video about one of the fragrances I have just got my hands on, so I'm super excited to talk you through this one, and that is Hibiscus Mahajád by Maison Crivelli. I've had this fragrance on my mind for a very long time. I've heard countless people raving about it on social media, so I thought to myself, I need to actually smell it. I wanted to curate this collection that really reflects who I am, a collection that really speaks to who I am, my personality. I tend to gravitate towards very soft, slightly floral, slightly sweet fragrances. Now you can ask me, why would I go for a fragrance that is known to be beast mode, in your face? Guys, I had no idea how nuclear this fragrance really is. I kid you not. So first and foremost, let's start with the packaging. So the fragrance came in this box, which is fairly simple and straightforward. It is quite, I would say, masculine actually. Just the color, it's like a grayish black. In the back it says, I believe, the notes. So we've got ruby rose, hibiscus tea, crushed pomegranate, sapphire blackcurrant. Oh, I had no idea this had blackcurrant. Crystal clear mint, shimmering cinnamon, black gold, and vanilla orchid. Oh, and then there's sensual amber, carved leather. Now, having smelled this fragrance now, I'm trying to picture, just by reading the notes, what I was actually going to expect from this fragrance. I was expecting a jammy rose hibiscus kind of mixture, but slightly sweet, kind of smooth, because I have heard about this perfume house. They are known for very powerful, you know, fragrances. When I say powerful, I mean the longevity, projection, the smell. It's supposed to, you know, last for hours and hours. I'm not very familiar with the specific perfume house, but that's what I've heard about it. So I believe, so this perfume is an extrait de parfum. It is a 50 ml and it retails around 205, and that is as of November 2025. I picked this up in Harrods. Yeah, it comes in this box, and then this is like cardboard, and then it kind of just, there's a little bit of engraving on the box, Maison Crivelli in the front. And once you open it, it's got this little card that says perfume is a living experience, and then at the bottom it says the same but in French. Well, they're a French perfume house, so it makes sense why they would have French and English. And then this is where the fragrance would be. So the fragrance came in just like so. It's a pretty packaging. It's a fairly minimalist and clean, and it looks, like I said, quite masculine, but I believe this is supposed to be a unisex fragrance. So just to take it out of the box, I had it out of the box for a while now, but let's get into the review and you guys will understand. This perfume house focuses on raw materials. In this case, I believe the star of the show is hibiscus. The fragrance was launched around 2021 by one of my favorite perfumers, Quentin Biche. Because this fragrance is an extrait de parfum, when they say extrait, they are referring to the the concentration of the oil perfume in the fragrance. The website, the oil concentration is around 32%, which I believe for Eau de Parfum is around 15%. So it is, for me, very, very concentrated. Okay, not very familiar with this flower. Now, hibiscus, I've seen it, but I've never really like smelled the flower itself. But upon spraying this fragrance, that's one of the first notes you do smell. So let's smell it together. Now, I smelled this before, as I said. I've had this now for a few weeks. So, guys, I'm trying to breathe. This fragrance is just nuclear. Like, this was what, maybe 3 sprays? That was a lot. And it makes my nose tingle a little bit. That's not to say that the fragrance smells horrible or anything. It's just so strong. And as I said, like, I'm not into very strong in your face type of fragrances. It's very strong, and like the opening is very sharp for me, and that is because of the mint, I believe. The mint here is fresh and it's very pronounced, especially when you first spray it. So if you're not a fan of mint, I don't know if you would be liking the note here. I would guess that this fragrance is more of a spring summer fragrance. I'm not too sure why I decided to go for this fragrance, because I had my head around a few other fragrances to purchase, but then I ended up going with this one. Now, if you've not noticed, it's not one of my favorite fragrances. It's a beautiful fragrance, don't get me wrong. And I understand, like, once I understand what the house is about, you know, raw materials and things like that, I do understand maybe the type of group they were trying to sell it to, essentially. It definitely not the ones that like soft perfumes and creamy perfumes, or this is like sharp, in your face. It's there, it's present, it wears you, at least in my opinion. It is a beautiful fragrance, don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful fragrance. Like when I smell it on the strip, I'm like, it's nice, but it's just monstrous. Like, I get overwhelmed almost. I try wearing it on my skin, and I feel like on my skin I was getting this dry down. Like, so when I first spray it, it's the first thing is the mint, so I'm like, I don't know, let's just wait and see. Then in the heart, the main notes I do smell are the rose and the hibiscus. The hibiscus is more prominent here, which is so lovely. It's beautiful, it's really nice, it's very juicy almost, it's very like alive. Like, I can smell, I can tell now, like, okay, this is hibiscus. It's very beautiful, it's very pretty, it's feminine as well, but it's still strong. And then later on my skin, this odd note starts coming through that I do not enjoy one bit, which is, I believe, the leather. Now, I don't have any other fragrances that have got leather on it, so I was thinking, you know, I wouldn't really mind, because I did read about the notes before I bought it, and this was a blind buy, guys. I do not recommend a blind buy for this fragrance. Please do not blind buy this fragrance. Don't be silly like me, but it is a beautiful fragrance. Like, that's the sad part about it. It's such a gorgeous fragrance. It's a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful fragrance. However, it is not for me. So I'm actually thinking of selling this bottle, but I don't think it's going to make it is gonna make into my collection, because I'm really trying to create, you know, a collection that is just fragrances that I love and I want to wear forever and ever. And I feel like in the last few weeks I forced myself to actually wear it and like wait for it to sit in the skin and like, you know, but it's just not me. It is not me. It's loud, there's a lot going on basically. Now, if I still have this fragrance by the spring summer, I'll give it another go if I do still have it. If not, I don't feel like I'm losing out on this. Now, this is what I mean by don't go by the hype on social media about these fragrances, because you will be shocked. I wish I went for other fragrances. Fragrance would really suit someone with like a very bold personality, quite loud, quite, you know, those type of personality. They're just like loud and they're always happy and they're just, you know, or else the perfume is gonna wear you. And I felt like, because I'm a little bit more laid back, you know, I feel like this fragrance doesn't really mesh well with my... In terms of whether this perfume is toward... Now, it is a unisex perfume, so anyone and everyone should wear it if they want to. But I would say that this does lean a little bit more feminine, so just keep that in mind. I think it's just the floral juiciness of it. It's very like girly. It kind of reminds me slightly of Delina, the original, that sharpness of some kind. I just can't get past the leather. I think that's the only thing that's throwing me off here. The floral aspects of it are just beautiful, gorgeous. The mint does throw you off, but it does dissipate within like 30 minutes, I would say. But it's just the leather. I cannot get into it. It has this like burnt rubbery smell at the very, like when it dries down in your skin, and I'm just like, I don't like that. The dry down, I get more leather than anything else. I still do get the floral juicy notes popping out, but overall I get fruity pop with leather dry down. So all in all, guys, as I said, this will not make my perfume collection. It is not going to be in the rotation. However, I do want to say it is a beautiful perfume for those that can wear it. If you can wear this, kudos to you. It is a beast of a perfume. The longevity is there. I do remember spraying it in the scent strip a few weeks ago, and it just took over the whole place, I believe. I could smell it everywhere. I did try to test wear it when I went to get my nails done, and that's when I was just like, no, it's not for me. It's beautiful, but it's just not for me. I was quite excited to review this fragrance because I feel like, just to counteract the hype online, please smell these fragrances before you decide to then splurge on them. I unfortunately didn't smell the fragrance before getting it, but because I've been wanting it in my mind for so long, I mean literal years that I've been wanting this fragrance, and I feel like I've been wanting it just based on other people's opinions. Now you need to remember, everyone has their own likes and dislikes, and there are certain things in fragrance that I do not like. I don't like moisturous perfumes to just take over me and then I can't breathe, I can't think, I can't, you know, I don't like that. That being said, I have got a few little travel sizes in a 30 ml of a few fragrances because I was in the lookout for a signature scent for the winter autumn season, and I thought, you know what, might as well add some honorable mentions on. So the first honorable mention I want to talk about is the Burberry Goddess. This is a 30 ml fragrance. I went with the smaller perfume size just because I'm aware that it's just a vanilla perfume. Now I'm glad that I actually did get it, because like I said, I was in the lookout for a autumn winter everyday scent. So glad that I actually went with this fragrance. The way I could describe this fragrance, it's like a tart vanilla. It's very like decadent, slightly deep and rich. I think it's a perfect everyday, I wouldn't say everyday actually. It's more of an evening, however, you can wear it for every day. If you don't overspray, I think it's completely fine, just because in the first few hours it will project, but then as it kind of wears, it will sit a bit closer to the skin and your clothes, and then that way it becomes more like an everyday wear. It is such a beautiful smooth vanilla. Now I believe that this got around 3 vanillas in the middle and base notes, and then in the top note I believe there's like lavender. This is the eau de parfum. I have not smelled the parfum version or the intense version, but I did smell this one and I automatically knew that it had to make it into my collection. It's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous. So this is Burberry Goddess. The next honorable mention is the Kilian Yum Boujee Marshmallow. This is such a beautiful fragrance. It's so girly. It's so girly. So sweet. Now the notes for this fragrance are, top notes are, well, keynotes it says here, freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, coconut, whipped vanilla, and pink musk. It's a very playful fragrance, and to be honest, when I smell it I just do feel like very girly. It's very like feminine. It's so pretty, and I feel like this vanilla chantilly is the notes that kind of caught my eye when I was hearing about this fragrance. Now in terms of the actual fragrance itself, I actually layered this fragrance with Plur heavy cream. It was so nice. If you haven't layered these two fragrances, please do, and let me know your thoughts on it, because I feel like this adds just a little bit of sweetness onto it, and then heavy cream is a little bit more deeper. I personally couldn't wear this by itself just because it is very sweet. In terms of Kilian fragrances, I have not really smelled any other fragrances outside of Young Boujee Marshmallow, and I believe it's called Vanilla 28. Yeah, Vanilla 28. Vanilla 28 is a nice burnt sugar vanilla, whereas this one is a little bit more playful and sweet in like a strawberry milkshake type of sweet. I would say this fragrance does wear close to the skin. It is just good for layering, in my opinion. Another fragrance that I was very curious to smelling, and I got a travel size for this, is the I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. So Kilian Princess, and this is the bottle. This is just a 10 ml. Now these 10 mls, they're so handy. If you do not want to commit to a 200-pound fragrance bottle, start with the travel size and see if you actually do like it. And then if you do like it, then go for the bigger size, you know. But I definitely have learned my lesson with with Hibiscus Mahajád. There's no shade, but seriously, that took me back. Like, I wasn't a big fan of this one. Now this fragrance, the main notes on this fragrance are matcha and marshmallow. Yes, to me, I can smell, is it matcha? Yeah, it is matcha. I definitely do smell the matcha, and then the powderiness from the marshmallow. Now I feel like when it comes to the House of Kilian, I think Love Don't Be Shy will always be my main one that I love. I will continue to explore other fragrances from the house because I do really like the house of Kilian. Speaking of, when I was looking for new fragrances to add to my collection, I was very much interested in the house of Kilian. I absolutely love their brand. I love the way that they almost have this like deepness in their perfumes, but it's like it's done in such a smooth way. Fragrance that I've been really wanting to smell for a very long time. Again, very much hyped, very much loved, but this is just my opinion. And it is Angel Share by the house of Kilian. Guys, I was so excited to smell this perfume, and I was actually thinking about getting it to add it to my collection. I felt like it was going to be perhaps a staple for the fall winter season, and because I heard so many good reviews about it, I was like, it's a no-brainer, I'm gonna love it. Good thing I did pick up travel size instead of the full bottle, because I wasn't impressed. The color of this juice, oh my god, when I first saw it I was just like, oh my god, I want to drink this. I was so excited to smell this. Like, you guys have no idea, I was really excited. I heard great reviews about it, you know, some people saying it smells like apple pie, some others saying that it smells like a cinnamon tea. I was like, I'm not a very gourmand type of fragrance lover. I do like some gourmand scents, but I'm not a gourmand fragrant lover, if that makes sense. But you know, this has been raved about for years on end, so I thought, you know, it's a classic. I was genuinely thinking I'm gonna love this. Now, the main notes on this fragrance are cognac, top notes, middle notes of cinnamon, tonka bean, oak, Hibiscus, and then for base notes we've got vanilla, praline, sandalwood, and candied almond. Now, just reading these notes, I was really excited to just kind of smell what cinnamon was going to smell like in a fragrance, cognac as well. I had an idea because, you know, in praline, I've had some fragrances in the past that I've liked that had the note of praline, I believe. What is it called? Altair by Parfums de Marly. I did smell that one. I had a decant and it was so beautiful. It was so like yummy as well. So I don't know what I was expecting with this fragrance, but I was very much like hyped to smell it. Now let's spray it together and then I'll let you know my thoughts. This is supposed to be like a unisex scent as well. Very much popular in the house of Kilian. So from the very initial spray, what I can smell the most is the cinnamon. It just jumps out at you. I don't know if it's with me. For me, it's kind of aggressive. Like, the cinnamon is so aggressive. Now again, I can appreciate that it's a very well done, very well blended fragrance. Like, it genuinely is, and I feel like Kilian is known for that. But I can distinctively pick up the cinnamon and the cognac. Slightly spiced, slightly, you know, rummy, deep, dense. It's beautiful. Like, genuinely, it's a beautiful fragrance. Genuinely, it's so beautiful. It's so well done. You can just, you kind of feel how like well blended and smooth, and you can kind of like see how it may change over time. Like, you can see that it's got depth. I cannot smell the praline. I cannot smell the praline. If anything, I don't know why, but I'm getting turmeric. Is that weird? I'm getting turmeric for some reason. I can smell the... I think I can smell the almonds. Guys, this is a beautiful fragrance. It's so beautiful, genuinely. Like, you can just tell it is done to perfection. However, I think it's just not my kind of scent profile. Do I detest it? No, I don't hate it. I actually like it a little bit more than Hibiscus Mahajád. I don't know what it is, guys. What is it? I don't want to spray it right now because I don't want to go to bed and then smell it all over me. But I did try it to test it on my skin. Like I said, it's a beautiful fragrance. Maybe it's just my skin chemistry that is just, to me, it pulls very spicy, and I'm not a fan of spicy perfumes. It's very spicy. Now, do you know what it might be also? Because I do like kind of soft, floral, sweet perfumes. Not too sweet, but sweet enough. I think that's just like my day-to-day type of fragrance. But I feel like if you were to wear Angel Share in the right setting, like you need a setting to enjoy this fragrance. Maybe when I go home for Christmas, I will wear it around, you know, Christmassy food, spicy, you know, that type of cinnamony, and you know, maybe then I will enjoy it. I mean, it is a travel size, so I will try to enjoy it because I don't know, I'm such a fan of the Perfume brand that I feel like it wouldn't be fair not to actually like test it out in like in a different setting. Like, it's not fair to say, like, let's say for example I would buy Valaya and then expect it to, you know, go well with winter, for example. Not to say you can't wear Valaya in the winter, but it's like some perfumes are for certain settings. So I feel like this fragrance, it would be perfect in the right setting. But I do know some people do wear it, you know, out in the winter and stuff like that, but I personally wouldn't. But if I was to do that, like now that I'm kind of, I think maybe I just don't understand the scent profile because it's just so foreign to me. To me, it just smells like I would be walking down a Christmas market. I would have a cup of hot chocolate and like a furry jacket. Do you see what I'm going with this? Like, that's what, like, now that I'm smelling it, I'm like, okay, you know, I've got hot chocolate with a little bit of marshmallow and it's cozy. Like, it would make you feel really cozy, this fragrance would. And I would have like leather gloves. I can see now. Right, it might just be me. Like, I think I'm just the type of fragrance wearer that is like, I like perfumes that are like easy reach. I can wear it anywhere, and then I may like the deeper creamy ones for like nighttime and evening, that, you know, I want to feel a little bit more put together, a little bit more sophisticated. I want like a warm amber, a warm vanilla. But this fragrance is literally like a festive fragrance. So in that sense, I do get it, and in that sense I would wear it. But like I said, I do like those fragrances I can pick up and wear whenever. So it's not a hate, it's in the middle. But I feel like now that I'm understanding that, you know, it's got a time and it's got a place, I can appreciate it. And I feel like I will appreciate it, this travel size, until I finish it, because especially now in the holiday time, I really want to like enjoy and like kind of explore this fragrance in a different setting. So that is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to hopefully see more videos like these. I am really enjoying, you know, filming perfume fragrance videos. I am trying to get into short form videos, perhaps for like TikTok or Instagram. I tend to film long form videos just because personally that's what I enjoy watching, but I feel like it would be good for me to learn to do like short form content as well. Initially I wanted the channel to be a little bit more of everything that I do enjoy, but I cannot ignore that when it comes to fragrances, my eyes tend to shine a little bit brighter, and I get really excited to talk to you guys about fragrances. So let me know your favorite fragrances down below, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on those social media platforms. However, I completely enjoy YouTube way more. I feel like YouTube is the community and I just like it. I like to just... Instagram can be quite, you know, pulled back and everything is like very aesthetic, and TikTok is more like, you know, you can talk about anything and everything. But I feel like when it comes to community, I really want to build a community here on YouTube. And guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I am so excited to be, you know, creating a little bit more videos, different types of videos. But I mentioned in my last video, I did say I was going to talk about fragrances. It is a topic that I could speak about for hours because I am obsessed with fragrances. Fragrance reviews, different house perfumeries, different perfumers, niche houses, and everything. Let me know what type of videos you guys would like to watch next. I feel like we could actually jump onto designer fragrances, but let me know any other suggestions that you guys would like me to actually implement in my videos.